What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and some more Hail Caesar for you here. So we got an interesting one today, the African Vandals, again representing roughly 5th or 6th centuries AD rather, and is again sort of a later period here. So this, again, if you wanted the earlier Vandals, as it says in the description, basically just kind of run some stuff out of the Goth list and you can more or less get what you need to there. But this is after the Vandals basically moved their way through Spain and then settled essentially in former Carthage and added some of the other Mediterranean islands to their list. So it's a very brief list here as well. So basically cavalry 75% plus. You could go all cavalry. Infantry can be up to 25%. Divisions here, four up units per division as normal. And skirmishers here can be up to 50% per division for the infantry, that is. So the cavalry here, again, sort of the cream of the crop as far as the Vandals go. And again, basically going to be sort of your mainstay unit. So heavy cavalry here with spears and or javelins. That wonderful clash of 9. No other special rules or anything for just the regular cavalry, but they don't really need it. It's going to hit hard, 30 points a pop. We do see the 1 bodyguard unit, and again, as we always say, you know, if you get this 1 special unit, you might as well take it, especially in a larger game. So basically this has the same stat line, but it just adds elite for 3 extra points. Not a bad way to go. And they should certainly get some work done along with the other heavy cavalry that you're going to be throwing at the opponent. Here you can get Moorish light cavalry as well, handling that duty for the army. And these guys will be running as small units, and they all come with feigned flight for 19 points. Not bad at all. Then the 1 sort of token camel unit, if you did want to represent some of the Moorish troops, as they mentioned in the description here. So again, light cavalry with javelins up to 1 unit. And interestingly here, not mentioned as a small unit for the 1 unit that we do get, but again, not really going to accomplish too much here. So, but again, 16 points if you want to field it and just represent that, not too bad. The infantry here, the Moorish light infantry, javelin men. So again, pretty solid and basically does what your light infantry javelin unit will do, as we've seen in basically every list that we've covered, starting all the way back into things like the Bronze Age and Iron Age units and all that stuff. But it'll do just enough, right? Again, cavalry is going to be what this whole list is about. Infantry are just there to fill that role basically and just give you a little bit more short range missile troop action. But really, again, the bulk of the serious fighting needs to be done by the cavalry, and ideally you're going to be getting charges off. Skirmishers, just a basic package here. So we get the small skirmisher units. We've seen those over and over again, and basically carbon copy of pretty much every other list version of that. So with javelins as small units, 11 points. And then we do get the small unit bow option, which is really going to also be our only long range for the whole list. So this is, again, going to be a rather one-dimensional list, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just we're going to be throwing nothing but heavy cavalry essentially at the opponent, and it's going to go ideally fast if we can pass our orders right and just get in there and make charges and just roll lots and lots of dice, and then hopefully start breaking through and causing all kinds of havoc. So again, we really can't rely on infantry in this list to do all that much. That's if you're even fielding them, and again, worth at least considering some skirmishers, but to do that, then we're going to have to run some infantry and all that. So again, just it's going to be a tough choice to see how much of that you want to include. But if you do want some of that decent missile troop option here in the form of the infantry and any long range whatsoever, then you're going to have to invest a little bit in that. But really, the vast majority here is going to be cavalry. But anyway, your basic small unit bowman unit, 12 points a pop, everything that we have come to expect as we've covered all these different lists. Commanders here, again, solid 8, pretty standard stuff all the way across here. So it should be overall pretty decent as far as getting your orders off and all that, as long as you're being relatively smart with that, not getting overly aggressive. But again, this is basically a very sort of like shock troop type of list that, again, is in most regards going to be one-dimensional. We got to put all our cavalry units out, make the smart orders, hopefully get in the best positions, and not get distracted by things that the opponent might be throwing at us. Now, if they're going to be a very good defensive player with a defensive list or army that lets them take advantage of that, things can be pretty rough, especially if they absorb that initial charge, or unfortunately, if we don't get charges off, this won't be a list that's going to be too durable. And again, with just the one essentially elite unit there, there's only so much that we're going to get done. Now, it is nice that we can have the Moorish light cavalry and just do the usual feign flight shenanigans and all that stuff, but we basically have one solid, dependable unit that is going to have to do, just again, almost everything for us in the heavy cavalry. So let us know your thoughts, though, guys, on the Vandals overall. Do you focus more on the earlier Vandals, or has anyone actually tried this later period here, again, this African Vandal list, and what kind of things have you gone up against, and what kind of models have you used to represent that, and have you even bothered with running any kind of camels at all? What else would you change for this list or add? Let us know in the comments. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.